Welcome to Inside RAIS, our world, our stories.
Broadcasting live from RAIS Journalism Newsroom with our quarterly news for the school year 2020 to 2021.
Good day, RAIS community.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Nicole.
Serving you the second quarter news.
The Student Council and the Guidance Department conducted an SAT mock test on October 15 and 16.
The Guidance Department and voluntary grade 11 students attended the KMITL Faculty of Medicine's open house on October 13.
Bangkok Bank conducted an orientation on the importance of financial consciousness on October 21.
Students participated in a variety of activities during the Career Emphasis Week held from October 19 to 21.
The first quarter's Achievement Awards was held on October 28 in their respective section programs.
The Thai department led out the celebrations for this year's Loy Krathong Festival on October 30.
On November 2 to 10, students from grade 4 to 10 participated in the MAP test to evaluate the students' academic progress.
Parents attended the Parent-Teacher Conference from November 4 to 6.
Grade 1 to 12 students experienced the cinema-like atmosphere during the Juniors Movie Day fundraising on November 12.
The Guidance Department and voluntary grade 11 and 12 students attended the MUIC Open House on November 13.
The annual Pathfinder Leadership Camp was held on November 13 to 15.
9 RAIS alumni handled orientation for the grade 11 and 12 students in preparation for university.
The Community Service Club hosted a week dedicated to fundraising with grades 7 and 8.
The International Organization for Standardization visited RAIS and held an on-site audit.
The annual Christmas Spectacular, hosted by the speech and music classes, was held on November 25.
RAIS students went on their first semester field trips to various entertainment places. The Student Council and the Guidance Department conducted an SAT mock test on October 15 and 16. A collaborative effort from the Student Council and the Guidance Department gave students from grades 9 to 12 the opportunity to experience a simulation of the SAT exams. The series of practice tests were conducted from October 15 to 16 in the students' respective homeroom classes. The Student Council officers were responsible for organizing the exam and then checking the test papers to report the scores to the students.
The KMITL Faculty of Medicine's open house was held on October 13, and a few voluntary students from the Medicine and Engineering Diploma visited the open house with Mrs. Beverly Mamula, the Guidance Department head. The open house included exhibitions such as morning registration and explanation for new faculty of the university. There were two types of programs prepared for the students: a face-to-face program in the main auditorium and a virtual program divided into 3 rooms. Students were able to experience simulations, laboratory activities, and dummy human body experiments. The open house helped students realize what they want to study and narrow down which universities can be considered as viable options.
Bangkok Bank conducted an orientation on the importance of financial consciousness on October 21. Here's our correspondent Alex with the report.
On October 21, Bangkok Bank conducted an orientation to advise high school students on making conscientious financial decisions. They described the responsible way to spend money and, more importantly, save and invest for your future.
Students participated in a variety of activities during the Career Emphasis Week held from October 19 to 21. Here's our correspondent Sunwoo with the report.
Considering the fact you'll be spending most of your life in the career you choose today, you must put thought behind what career you want to pursue. Career Emphasis Week is a whole week dedicated to discovering and learning about the various career paths you can dedicate your life to.
The first quarter's achievement awards were held on October 28 in the respective section programs. Here's our correspondent Mai with the report.
Over the course of a quarter, students partake in numerous activities and work hard to keep their grades as high as possible. During the Achievement Awards ceremony, students get a chance to earn recognition for all the hard work they had put in during the previous quarter. With this quarter having one of the highest percentages of students receiving an achievement award, all that can be said is congratulations students and keep up the good work.
The Thai department led out celebrations for this year's Loi Krathong Festival on October 30. Here's our correspondent Paul with the report.
This year, the Loi Krathong Festival is celebrated with meaningful performances and elaborate pageantry. This year, Loi Krathong programs were celebrated on October 30 at Building C for all grade levels, during which the Thai department presented a short play to explain the traditions and importance of Loi Krathong in a captivating performance by selected students. They also awarded prizes for the winner of Krathong making competition, which was held in the students' respective Thai classes.
On November 2 to 10, students from grades 4 to 10 participated in the MAP test to evaluate the students' academic progress. Here's our correspondent Mai with the report.
From November 2 to 10, 2020, RAIS had conducted the MAP testing for grades 4 to 10 students. The purpose of this test is to measure student achievement in the moment and growth over time and to determine what the students know and are ready to learn. MAP, or Measure of Academic Progress, is a computerized adaptive test that is offered in reading, English grammar, math, and science. The purpose of MAP testing is not only beneficial to students, but rather it also helps teachers to recognize the students' strengths and weaknesses.
Parents attended the parent-teacher conference from November 4 to 6. Here's our correspondent Fal with the report.
From November 4 to November 6, 2020, parent-teacher conferences were held every after school in Building B and Building C auditoriums. Teachers were seated on their designated tables that are organized into grades and sections. Parents could get their children's report cards as well as they talk about their child's progress and well-being. This is beneficial for parents, especially those who have more than one child, as they can walk around in the same room. They could contact other teachers as well if they have any concerns about a particular subject.
On November 12, 2020, the movie day was held by the juniors in the main auditorium, showing 2 movies to students from grades 1 to 12. The first movie, Rio, was shown from 8 to 10 a.m. to students of grades 1 to 6 and EFL 1 and 2. The second movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was shown from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. to students of grades 7 to 12 and EFLs 3 and 4. The movie day was filled with happiness and success as all the students enjoyed watching the movies along with their friends and classmates. The juniors also sold food and drinks in front of the auditorium to raise funds for the Junior-Senior Banquet of 2021.
Don't change your station. We'll be right back with more news after this break.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Tom. Thank you. Let me ask you some questions, okay? Do you celebrate Christmas? Why or why not?
Yes, I celebrate Christmas. I believe that it is the birthday of God, Jesus, and that it should be respected because He's the one who died for all our sins.
Very good.
Well, yes I do. Because even if you don't celebrate Christmas, Santa still comes every year to give you the things you want.
Some year we spend because we have time.
What are you most excited for this Christmas?
Getting gifts and having fun with my family.
For the foods and the holidays.
Where do you usually go to during Christmas?
During Christmas, I usually spend time with my family at home. We have dinner and spend some time doing activities together.
I usually stay home, listen to songs that I love, and stay with people I love.
Usually who?
My parents, my brother, my family. I stay home.
What does Christmas mean to you?
For me, Christmas is Jesus Christ's birthday, and it's the day that the family come together and celebrate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, my tummy. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Corey. Great. My name is
What do you want for Christmas?
Gliding in a one-horse sleigh. So giddy up, jingle horse, and pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and mingle with the jingling feet. Half the jingle bell rock.
Now we're back, and you're still watching Inside RAIS, Our World, Our Stories.
The Guidance Department and voluntary grade 11 and 12 students attended the MUIC Open House on November 13. Here's our correspondent 10 with the report.
On Friday, November 14, 29 students from grade 11 and 4 students from grade 12 accompanied by 5 teachers visited Mahidol University International College to attend their open house from 9 a.m. until noon. Various booths offered detailed explanations of the learning environment and what to expect when you join them. Information such as tuition fees, duration, and advantages of each course for studying abroad, and finally, a booth that gave a brief summary of the requirements for MUIC University application. The information provided in the open house gave students a deeper understanding of the expectation, requirement, and financial cost for their subject of interest. The university had prepared well for the event.
The annual Pathfinder Leadership Camp was held from November 13 to 15. Here's our correspondent Ira with the report.
From November 13 to 15, selected student leaders from grade 5 to 8 had their Pathfinder Leadership Camp. The students stayed at school overnight and participated in activities where they learned vital skills which they will pass on to their units during the year, as well as learning more about Jesus and how he led. A few of the activities were the tent building, a semi-formal dinner, and Bible study. Although the leadership camp lasts for 1 weekend a year, the memories made there last a lifetime.
Nine of the RAIS alumni provided grades 11 and 12 some useful information on what it's like to be in a university last November 16, 2020. They started by giving insights on what the students truly desire, as well as the requirements on how to get accepted to different universities such as Chulalongkorn University, Thammasat University, King Mongkut Institute Technology Laitlaba, and other universities as well. The juniors and seniors were divided into 4 groups: business, medical engineering, communication arts, and general diploma. In each group, speakers handled topics and activities related to the course they are currently taking. It was a valuable experience for both the alumni and the students.
The Community Service Club hosted a week dedicated to fundraising with grades 7 and 8. Here's our correspondent Buffon with the report.
On November 19 to 20, students from grade 7 and 8, together with the Community Service Club, hosted a fundraising campaign after school at the football field. The activities included a wet sponge drawing game booth and the resale of second-hand items that were donated by the grade 7 and 8 students. The money that was raised by the generous students and parents was donated to Bandek Ramita School, a home for blind children with multiple disabilities. Thank you for your support.
As one of the first schools to be certified by the International Organization for Standardization, or the ISO in Thailand, RAS maintains a set of international standards on quality management and quality assurance developed to help companies effectively document the quality system elements needed to maintain an efficient system as defined by the ISO. The visit was marked by 3 external auditors who held an on-site audit. They reviewed documents, visited different departments and classrooms. Needless to say, they were satisfied with our performance, and we are thankful for receiving the accreditation.
The annual Christmas Spectacular hosted by the speech and music classes was held on November 25. Here's our correspondent O with the report.
This year's annual Christmas Spectacular was held in November 25 in the auditorium of Building C. The show had 3 performances. The first show, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., was performed solely for parents and administrators. The second show, 10:10 a.m. to 11:10 a.m., was performed for grades 1 to 6 and EFLA. And lastly, the third show, 1:10 p.m. to 2:10 p.m., was performed for grades 7 to 12, EFL 3 and EFL 4. The annual Christmas Spectacular is a product of love and dedication for work. The collaboration of different art forms, music, dance, drama, and visual arts department, the speech and drama class, and as well as dedicated students and concerned teachers had made the show possible.
RAIS students went from their first semester field trips to various entertainment places. Here's our correspondent Maimai with the report.
Field trips are a great way to learn outside of the classroom and apply what you've learned in real-world situations, as well as enjoying time with your friends and classmates doing various activities. For this excursion, all the elementary classes visited Minimura Farm. All the middle school classes visited Safari World, and all the high school classes visited Dream World. Although students came back tired and sunburned, there was no denying that everyone had fun.
The Thai department led out the celebrations for this year's Father's Day program on December 4. Here's our correspondent Nicole with the report.
Father's Day in Thailand takes place on December 5, and it is the perfect opportunity to show your gratitude and appreciation for your father. On this day, it is important to honor your father or a father figure, the men who set a precedent for how you live your life. Be sure to remind them that you're grateful for their constant guidance and support. And to all the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day!
This has been the second quarter news brought to you by
Nicole
and Amy. See you again next time for our quarterly news.
This has been Inside RAIS.
Our world, our stories. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Welcome to Inside RAIS, Our World, Our Stories.